Hi, my name is Brandon, and I am an alcoholic. I just celebrated 3 years, and we're going through a pandemic, and I can't physically be at a meeting, so I wanted to jump on here and just share with you guys a little bit about what the last 3 years have been like. And I have to say that, one, I'm truly overpaid by the program Alcoholics Anonymous and the people that I have in my life today. A little about my story is I started using at a super young age. I ended up homeless. I was living under a bridge in downtown LA. While I was loaded, I had some successes, if you want to call them that. I started my own vape company, etc. But I still wasn't done using, and basically what got me to that point was I literally had lost everything. I'd lost everyone that I cared about, and I completely ran out of answers, and I was pretty much defeated. So I had to start doing something about it. I checked myself into rehab at the Salvation Army, and I was there for a couple months, and I left and I went out on a pass, and it turned out there was a warrant out for my arrest. So from there, I ended up going to jail, and I was sober, and I had some sobriety under my belt, and I just finally, for the first time in my life, wanted to keep it. So I basically had to do some things. It was like I had to find a power greater than myself, and I call that power greater than myself God. You can call it whatever you like, the universe. And really that became the beginning, the building block from where I've now created this 3 years of sobriety. When I found that power greater than myself, I actually started using it immediately. Like, every bad thought that I had, I said, God, please take this thought away from me. God, please help me get through this. I started waking up grateful in the morning and thanking God for what I have, thanking God that I was alive. And I mean, then from there, I went and did some work on myself, you know what I mean? Like, the drugs were like a symptom. They weren't the problem. And I really had to start figuring out what that problem was. And through doing the steps, I kind of got a better understanding of what the problem was. And if you're not in Alcoholics Anonymous, we do this thing where we write an inventory out. And basically, you write down like every person that you feel you know that you have like a grudge against, or you're uncomfortable around them, and then you start writing your part in the situation. So you have this long list of people. I've done a couple prior to this sobriety, but I had this long list of people and these things that I would do, and every time I'd get the same result. Like, halfway reading through it, it was almost like clockwork, that it's like I would do this and then this would happen, this person hated me, fuck them. Like, it was the kind of things like I would burn them and they don't like me and fuck them, you know what I mean? And once I got to like look at this list and go over it with another human being, I kind of got to look at the things in my life that I was doing to other people and then getting mad at them for. So immediately, like within the beginning of this, I got to be able to hold myself accountable for the things that I do and kind of take a look at them. I went through the steps and started doing the amends process, and even like to this day, things still pop up on people I need to make amends to. And I mean, I just completely changed my way of thinking. Like, now I do, like, I wake up grateful that I'm alive, you know what I mean? And with everything going on right now, like I could be dead, and I kind of now, I look for the lesson in things rather than like oh, this is horrible, like what a bad experience. It's like wow, so here's a new thing that I'm gonna get to learn a lesson from, and I'm gonna get to grow from. Like, I'm gonna grow up being the person who made it to the other side of the pandemic and stayed pretty even keeled throughout the pandemic. Now, that doesn't mean that like everything in my life is perfect, you know what I mean? It's far from it, but I have this tool, these set of tools now where I can kind of like, and actually I'm not even gonna say it's far from it. Like, I have a really amazing life, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not the stuff, it's the fact that, like, number one, when I get mad or I feel like there's no other options and my brain is telling me that, then I don't have to act on that. I don't have to like be like, oh, I'm so mad, everything's so bad, I should get loaded. Or I should look for this way out of this situation. Like, I go through the situation now and I get to the other side of it. I mean, that's one of the amazing gifts that like this sobriety has given me. It's one of the biggest gifts is like, you know, I don't have all the money, I don't have all the things, you know what I mean? But I have this way of coping with situations that I didn't have before, you know what I mean? I get to realize too that like when I interact with other people that they don't all have this. They don't all have, nobody was given this set of tools. I didn't have this set of tools on how to like work through life, you know, I didn't pick up on it. And it's not that like, you know, my father didn't teach me or because of whatever my mother did that it made me like this. Like I had great parents that did everything they could with the set of tools that they had, you know what I mean? And it was all about me having to find my own set of tools that worked for me. I think that like this program is completely beneficial to, you know, could be beneficial to anyone. You know, I'm truly overpaid by this program. My sponsor in Alcoholics Anonymous always says that, and it's true. Like, we're truly overpaid. It's amazing that I've gone this long without turning back to heroin, because that was literally that was like the first thing I did. Like, something is kind of bad or something is super great. Like, oh wow, I have more money in my bank account right now. Like, it'd be great to do heroin. Oh, this is so bad. I'm so heartbroken. I don't know how to figure out this situation. If I should get loaded, you know what I mean? It's just not an option anymore. And that's pretty freaking amazing from coming from where I came from to where I'm at today. I feel like a lot of people probably never would think that they'd be seeing me sit here with 3 years of sobriety, because it's just not the track record I had. It's not the way I was going, and it's just a great testament to like God and the universe that, like, you know what I mean, somebody can change. I just thought I'd record this because I wasn't able to take cakes everywhere I wanted to, and I loved going in front of the crowd and talking to everyone after. But hopefully, if you're in that position where you just don't think that you can make it through this and you can't do it, like, reach out to me, you know what I mean? And don't give up, and don't stop coming back, and don't stop trying, because that's really one of the only things that I did, is I just didn't give up. All right, thanks.